Alright guys, today I finally got my updated nozzle. So it's a 3-piece design. So obviously when this sits in there, it'll sit flush. This sits on top of that where the air inlets are for the bottom air. But look how bad the stock one is. I mean, that is, I don't know if you can tell, but that is really bad. Not sure why, but I know they've been having a problem with them on the G10,000 series. So, but I can tell you what though, how heavy the new pieces are. One of those single in the front there is as heavy as that the whole thing is. So I'm really hoping that this solves the problem. So we're gonna get it in there. I haven't put it in there yet. I just got done cleaning the stove good enough to the point where I can get it in. So obviously that had to have a huge effect on how it burned. So while I was at it, I had to clean the bottom dampener here. So I cleaned it pretty good, took the whole plate off, and the so it's like a box here, like a channel, and it comes down and then out, and then it goes back up and straight out. So, because obviously I've had a backdraft before, which I know because you can see it right there when the dampener's open. So the back of this box is painted just like this. That all came off, and that's all what that is right there. So this was all sitting in there, just flaked off. This is the paint. So obviously that wasn't good, and you can see all this little debris. But, so I cleaned all that, and then where the air inlet goes to the back of the stove, hopefully we can see this, there's a little hole back there where it goes. That was almost closed completely. Now I'm assuming it's because of the backdraft from it being plugged that it all burned up like that. Obviously the air is supposed to come into the box, so it should always stay cool. But just look at the, I mean, that was just so bent. And it's, I mean, it's got to be up almost 3.5, 4 inches. You know, the back looks fine, but this is where the air comes in. So I'm going to set this in there. Hopefully I can get it in nicely. The box is still kind of hot. And set these in, and hopefully they fit pretty good. Otherwise I'm kind of screwed. I mean, I could always stick that piece of junk back in there, but let's see if I can get it in there, then I'll show it to you guys. So, these pieces ain't very light. And there's not a lot of light in here to be able to do it, and this is not light at all. Of course, if it turns on. Of course, this isn't easy to do. Alright, I think I got it all the way. Let's just make sure. I think it's in all the way. Well, it is now. Alright, we'll get the other pieces in. And obviously they can only go one way. Of course I can't see a thing. Alright, let's see. Oh, it must not be in all the way because I can't get it in there. still hot in there. I sure hope it fits. Should have measured it, I guess. But it should. So much for that tool. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're back. I don't even want to say how long that took me to do. That was roughly, I don't know, 4 hours. Hold on, let me get this light on. It took me 4 hours to get this in here. So I took that top piece out after I slid that in, because I couldn't get that in. It was just like a couple, I don't know, I'd say 1/4 inch too big. So I took it out, sat it next to this pile, and it was about 1/4 inch too big. But I do know when this sat in there, it had about 1/4 inch of play, so I ended up taking the back piece off again, this bottom dampener off, cleaned it out even better, because obviously there's some like a little bit of creosote or whatever built up. So, and then I crawled in here, like halfway, I guess you could say, used like a, I don't know, a putty knife, I guess you could say, and chipped away whatever I could see. Pushed it back in there. Tried putting those in, it was just barely, just wouldn't fit. So then I took it out. There was a couple like welds on the top there, I think, that were binding up. I smoothed those out. And then even how wide it is, these two little, the nozzle piece, it's just like really tight. So I don't know if you can tell, but I ended up grinding where they connect. Grind it up there a little bit. Now it's like a glove. I don't know if it's because there's like ash built up like around the brick and it's tight, or they made it improper. I don't know, but it's in there. I mean, it literally is about a 5-6 hour project just to get this in here, which is, to tell you the truth, is a little ridiculous, but it's in there now, and I don't think it's coming back out anytime soon. So I mean, I contacted the dealer to see, you know, if they made it wrong or what, but it was getting to the point where I was going to be done with it and have them just come out and whatever. But it's done, so I guess now I'm probably gonna throw a little bit of ash in there. A little bit of ash. I'm gonna have to restart it from scratch. I mean, the water's still hot. Let me turn this back on here. It's been off for so long. I mean, the house has been off. It's past 6 o'clock, so after that time, house doesn't call. So the water's still at 144 and it's been off for 6 hours, so that's not bad. Just shut it off for now. I'm going to have to restart it. I'll just let it go. Yeah, so that sucked. But I'm glad I got it in there, because that thing is a pile. I mean, I don't even know how. Obviously I couldn't see it because of all the ash and the coals built up. I don't think that was really good. But that would explain my backdraft, because the air was getting underneath it, and so, or whatever. But yeah, that's done. I didn't expect to do this for 5 hours. I had a lot of other plans. So, but yeah, she's done. But yeah, I'm gonna get a fire going, and I'll probably do a follow-up in a couple days to see if she's burning better or whatever. And I'll let you know what the dealer says, or what HeatMaster says in general, because I'm going to send him this video and say, hey, this is what I had to deal with. It's too, you know, this one was too small or too big or whatever, and see what they say. And yeah, so rough day. But yeah, as always, keep burning.